everybody. Weekly commodities review for the 7th of August 2015, presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. Today, of course, we will be covering a review of the latest developments in the commodities markets. We'll be analysing the week's performance. The live session will be covering an overview of the commodities markets, the top trades of the week, live market commentary and technical analysis. Any questions or comments you've got, please do put those into the chat area. Also, we'll be doing just some preparation here for non-farm payroll. So we've got the big announcement coming out just in the next 2.5 hours. So we can look at the market conditions just prior to non-farm payroll today, looking very interesting, particularly on the precious metals. So we'll definitely cover that as well. So Carlos, Dirk, Edward, Yusuf, Ilyas, Viswanath, any questions, guys, please do feel free to put those in the comments in the chat, and we'll go through those during today's session. So first of all, before we get started, let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is an international commodities trading, research, advisory group. We specialise in the precious metals, the energies and the agricultural markets. The Gold and Silver Club, we're recognised as the leading go-to authority on commodities. And as internationally respected experts, our analysis, our opinions on the metals, the energies, the agricultural markets are routinely sought by major financial television channels, publications including Bloomberg, Reuters, CNN, Global Banking and Finance Review, The Wall Street Journal, just to name a few. Our team of experts has advised now and taught technical analysis, fundamental research, portfolio management to more than 75,000 private and institutional clients worldwide. For further information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please do just come and visit our website at www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. Okay, so that's just a little bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club for you. Now, we'll just move over to the price of gold. We're currently trading at $1,091.80 per ounce prior to non-farm payroll this afternoon. So we'll take a look at the technicals. We'll see what's starting to line up. Some very interesting developments, certainly on the precious metals, that we can have a look at just prior to the statement. The top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. We've had some nice intraday trades over the last week, as well as some longer term positions. So Brent continued to sell off. We discussed this last week, where we were in a sell position and we were just letting that ride through. We ended up banking over 260 points, just return through to Tuesday on that trade, which was really nice just earlier on this week from a trade that was entered in on Thursday last week. Continued to break down on Friday after we saw the oil rig count from the Baker Hughes in the afternoon, which put a lot more pressure on oil again, and we've continued to follow more momentum to the downside. So oil's just been great for a sell short at the moment, both Brent crude oil, light sweet crude oil. We've taken advantage of a lot of these breakdowns in price here just over the last month. So it's been great just to see that continuation follow through. We've also had some nice quick in and out day trades here just on wheat and gold. So we had a quick breakout trade yesterday on wheat. We actually spiked up to about 513 in the end on another position that we've got, and wheat is looking quite interesting today as well. So nice quick day trade in and out on wheat. And also gold yesterday had a nice spike to the upside, just based here on a nice trend channel. You can see in the tighter time frames, nice pop to the upside, just caught a move back up to the upper end of the trend channel, quick in and out for 110 points. So there's been some nice little trading opportunities certainly this week. So we'll move over to the technicals, and I'll talk you through what we can anticipate potentially here as we go into non-farm payroll this afternoon and the US session. Now, first point to note, I'll cover the agriculture markets first because I think they're looking really interesting. And if you're not looking at these markets, you need to be looking at them because there are some big opportunities. Okay, so we'll move over. First of all, we'll have a look at the corn market. Now, corn, you'll note we got really overextended towards the end of June on the USDA report, which provided a lot of momentum to the upside. Now, corn got massively overextended. You can see it broke down. Nice V-shaped reversal pattern. We broke the neckline. We continued to sell off, and we've essentially come back. Previous resistance is now becoming support. You've got a very clear trend channel supporting the price. Nice rejection candle. Nice little consolidation here. So corn looks great for a buy. Around these levels at the moment, corn looks really good whilst it holds on to previous resistance as new support. Nice trend channel. There's a lot of other indicators you can use which match up for confluence here. I'm just keeping it really simple for you. So we can just have a look, just, nice clean blank chart here. Very clear support, resistance, trend channel. Nice bounce off that level. We're now at a level where we're oversold on corn and we're looking for buy opportunities. So do keep an eye on corn. Also, Wheat is great as well at the moment. We've had a nice bounce here after we got too overextended on wheat. So you'll note we've been selling wheat from after it consolidated from when it got far too overextended and overbought. We broke down really nicely, came back towards the lower end of the trend channel, and now we're buyers again of wheat. Now that we're back down to the lower end of the trend channel, we consolidated. We did find support on this trend line. There's also horizontal support lines here you can just add onto your charts where you've got some previous consolidation, certainly support zone around those levels. You can see that just going back to April and just around March and January as well. So we've got nice horizontal support, nice trend line. So I also favour wheat here for a buy. It's a position we've got on at the moment. We'll probably update you on that next week as one of the top trades here. I do see this potentially coming all the way back up to the upper end of this trend channel. I think it could be a really nice move here, and we've got a lot of confluencing factors. So wheat, again, nice trade. I think you want to have a look at this market for sure. And soybeans also confluencing. So we've had a nice breakdown on soybeans. It's come back down to the lower end of its trend channel. Also some horizontal support around this zone, consolidating, but it looks ready here for a breakout to the upside. Preference for the corn and wheat longs at the moment, but I do also like soybeans here just for confluence. So those three markets, I would say definitely keep an eye on. I think we're going to have some nice trades as we go into next week. So you want to be make yourself available for those trades for sure. I'll talk you a little bit more detail through that towards the end of the session about if you wanted to be taking the same sort of trades that we are, how you could do that as well. Now let's move it over to the US dollar index, because the US dollar index is definitely going to be in play for non-farm payroll today. So you'll note here, we are consolidating right at the top of this range at the moment. There's a few trend channels, a few resistance zones as well that we do need to get through at the moment with the US dollar. So we've got this bit of a V-shaped reversal pattern. We found strong support. Each time we're coming down to the lower end of this trend channel, you can draw a couple of different levels on here. I mean, it's fairly, you can see it fairly clearly on the charts where we are just finding support at the moment. You've essentially got this nice upward trending channel. Each time we're selling off, getting lower to the lower end of this channel, we're getting support, but we have got overhead resistance around the 98.32 zone. So we do need to pop above that level. So what I'm looking for today, because we've consolidated the last 2 days, I'm looking to see whether the US dollar is going to just, if we're going to have weak poor numbers coming out non-farm payroll today, and we're going to see the US dollar come back towards the lower end of its trend channel, which will either be short-lived, or if it does close and it closes towards the lower end of the trend channel, if it build up momentum below that, then we could really start to see a move on with the precious metals. But if it just comes down on poor numbers, hits the lower end of the trend channel, gets supported again, it could just be a quick move. Now, the other option here, of course, is that we get very strong numbers come out from NFP and we see a breakout to the upside for the US dollar. So we're probably going to just get a move back up to the upper end of this trend channel. That could be quite a big spike, and then that will put a lot of pressure on commodities as well. So if we do see a spike with the US dollar, so essentially you've got a classic consolidation here prior to non-farm payroll. It could really go either way. So we'll wait the data to come out, but we can take a trade pretty much in either direction. You could trade the US dollar directly, but we like to trade the inverse correlation just through commodities. And I'll show you that. So we'll move over to gold. So gold's been consolidating. Gold's got a lot of overhead resistance, but it's also got a lot of underlying support. So it's a classic, again, consolidation here before a major news announcement. So we've been in this consolidation for about 10 days now. There's been some short day trade opportunities just up and down between this range, but on the larger time frames, you just have to wait for this to break out. Now we're getting tighter and tighter. You can see classic pennant, which is just forming at the moment on gold. So we're likely to get a breakout on non-farm payroll. The question, of course, is, are we going to break out for a buy, or are we going to break out for a sell? The longer we consolidate, as we have been doing, the bigger the move is likely to be. So if we break key support over the last week, we're probably going to head lower. Then we're going to look at to take out this mother candle, which is sitting at 1071, and then we'll build up momentum and probably to the downside. And then if we break out to the upside, we're likely to get good follow through as well, because you're going to take out this major resistance overhead, the trend line, also this consolidation. You're going to trigger stops, but you also trigger buy orders. So I am expecting quite a volatile non-farm payroll. I think you have to be pretty switched on for this one today. We'd definitely look forward to it. We're going to be going through that live with our traders very shortly at the Gold and Silver Club. But you want to make yourself available for that announcement. It's going to be in about the next 2.5 hours. And that should be, I would expect, quite a lucrative move here on gold. So breakout, to the upside or to the downside is what we're looking at. If we move over and have a look at the silver market, similar situation on silver. It's actually starting to build some momentum to the upside. It's still got a lot of overhead resistance, which it needs to get through. Clear consolidation zones at the moment on silver. Getting a lot of underlying support around the 1430 to 1450 zone. That's also a classic area of support just on the larger time frames here, just going back to this major zone, which held over a retest of that zone just in November when we capitulated. So I would watch out for silver for sell shorts. Could be limited on the sell short side just because we've got a lot of buyers around this zone who are defending the lower end of this trend channel. We've got this overhead channel here. You can just see on the charts, we're just consolidating. We're back towards the upper end of the channel. So if we are going to get a breakout, it's probably going to happen on non-farm payroll. But if the numbers come out very strong for the US dollar, we're likely to shoot back down towards the lower end of the trend channel, retest the support that we've been retesting for the last couple of weeks, and then we'll see just whether it breaks or whether it holds, and how far, if it does break, how far silver's going to move to the downside. Now, if we look at platinum also testing major support here around the 943 zone. You can see this is the level where we capitulated from previously. We consolidated, we broke down, and we're currently sitting back at this major support zone again. So platinum again is at a point where it could have quite a big breakout to the upside or to the downside on NFP. Palladium is starting to build a bit of a base here, but it's still down in a downward trending channel. Overall, the price structure here is quite bearish at the moment, but it could be a point where we do see a turn in the market. We'll just have to see how the NFP comes out today. Now, if we move it over to have a look at coffee. Now, coffee, you've got a classic move here on coffee. Coffee's just been consolidating between support, resistance. We've been doing that going all the way back to March here. We produced another rejection candle just yesterday from the upper end of this trend channel. There might be some scope here just for a quick sell short, just taking it back down to the lower end of the trend channel. We have been waiting for some sort of signal here, so hasn't confirmed yet, but we would look at the potential for coffee just to come back down to the lower end of the trend channel. So you can certainly keep an eye on that today for a bit of a calmer trade. If you look over at also, we'll look at the energies and also copper. Copper, it's getting a bit tighter here. It's getting tighter and tighter. You've got a very clear trend line which has been defended at the moment on copper. You've got a bit of a wedge forming as well. You can see where the price action is getting tighter. So looking for a potential breakout here on copper, keeping an eye on that. Now, oil at the moment, it's been great to get involved in this whole sell short that we've been in over the last month or so. You will note we are coming down to a little bit of previous support, just going back to March here on the chart. You can see that support zone from January, from March. We're consolidating. We got some rejection on the daily chart just yesterday. So we really need to see whether we can get a close and a break below this major support. Obviously, if we take that out, we're likely to really build up momentum on especially if we break and close below $40 per barrel on light sweet crude oil, then we'll really start to see momentum build up. I'd rather see a retrace back up to the upper end of this trend channel for a better price to get back in short at the moment. I think it is a bit overextended, but it could still go lower before it retraces again. There is potential. So we'll keep an eye on oil. We've had some great trades on oil, so we don't need to try and squeeze out a trade here if there's not one which is very obvious for us to, in terms of a risk to reward perspective here. We've broken down quite a lot already, so you just want to be careful when you're shorting oil here, because we've got the Baker Hughes coming out later on this afternoon as well, which is the oil rig count. So you just want to watch out for that too. Can provide some volatility, could be some good trade opportunities off that as well. Major support for Brent is around the 40. You can see that around 48. Has been the weekly lows at the moment. Looks like we're coming back down to retest that today. We'll probably get some good volatility also just for the non-farm payroll today. So we'll keep an eye on oil. I see some new setups which could develop as we go into next week on oil. I think the firm focus for NFP today will definitely be a lot of the precious metals, the overall price structure there. We're bound to get some sort of a break. I mean, gold, the way it's been just getting tighter and tighter, really respecting these trend channels well, we're likely to get a significant move to the upside or to the downside. So you just want to make yourself available for a potential breakout here on gold. Gold's looking great. And as I said, we've got positions long at the moment on the grains like wheat and corn. We favour that for more upside as we go into next week. So that's really it in terms of the major technicals we're looking out for. Not too long now until non-farm payroll this afternoon, so looking forward to that as well. So if you would like to find out more about our live trading room sessions at the Gold and Silver Club, we trade news live and you can have to get involved in that, and also our regular live trading rooms throughout the week and get access to our private the membership site where you've got access to all of our trainings and our videos and a lot of analysis on there, as well as joining our forums and being available on our webinars. And you can, on those, you get live analysis, live training ideas, live support, and much more as well as joining our international community. So you can find out more very simply if you would like to join the Gold and Silver Club. It is by application only. Your enrollment is very simple to do. It's just at I put it in the chat there just to make it really easy. It's just www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. Okay, so click on that link, you go through the application and we'll get in touch with you ASAP, and look forward to really welcoming you to the Gold and Silver Club if you go through that process. Okay, perfect. So with that, I wish you all good trading for this afternoon. Good luck for non-farm payroll. Really looking forward to that, and look forward to hear from you if you would like to get involved in our live trading rooms and join us at the Gold and Silver Club. Okay, so take care, guys. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll definitely see you on the next one. Okay, thanks everyone, and thank you Adinda for hosting today's session. Cheers everyone. Bye bye.